All right, the last thing on the to-do list this morning is to fill buckets. So we do a starter feed when these calves first come in, and get, and I talked about that a little bit in the last video, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it. And then once they get on that starter feed real good, we'll switch them over to our grower feed, which is a lot cheaper, and it's a lot more corn, and so a lot higher in starch, and doesn't taste as good, yada yada yada. But they're on feed, so they'll go right to it and start eating and all that. So there's this weird period where one group is on starter and another group is on grower. And since I don't have any tractors here because they're all in the hayfield other than the little Ford, I don't have my little feed box that fits under the grain bin. So do it the old-fashioned way, fill 5-gallon buckets. And it works good. We've weighed several of these. Our grower feed with one of these buckets weighs 30 pounds. So it's really easy to get feed. Even if you've got, I've fed as many as, we had, how many was it? We had 150, 200 head one time that I was feeding with 5-gallon buckets twice a day. It's really, like, it's more labor intensive, but with this gravity grain bin, it really doesn't take that long. I can park right here next to it, fill a bucket, set it up here. It doesn't take that long. And it's so easy. I've talked about that before. That's why I feed the way I do and don't feed with a mixer wagon. If I'm running late somewhere, or maybe I break my leg, whatever, the kids could drive their 4-wheeler over here with a wagon and fill 5-gallon buckets and go feed calves if we need to. Or Faith can fill 5-gallon buckets and put them on the back of the truck. Whatever. It's so simple. Anybody, I could call my buddy Tyler down the road and be like, hey man, could you fill 5-gallon buckets? I need 12 5-gallon buckets filled and fed to that group over there. And he could be like, yep, that's why we do it this way. So that's the last thing on the list today. Go inside, make a lunch, and go haul some hay, and come back, hook up a trailer, and haul a horse to town to get some stitches. Make sure you're following along for these wonderful morning walkabout rants, talks, topics. I don't know what we're gonna call them yet. Morning talks with Joey.